Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. 10 burning questions. Let's go.
Six bodies. Sheriff, that's what I've seen between here and Richmond. A filling station in flames. I tell you, Michael Myers is here in this town. He's here to kill that little girl and anybody who gets in his way.
If you like horror, hit that notification bell, smash that like button, and push that subscribe button now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Nick Push, continuing my Halloween review slash 10 burning questions series, and we're on to Halloween 4, where I'm going to ask you guys 10 questions, and I want to hear your responses to the questions in the comment section, and give me some questions that you have about this movie as well. So let's get right into it with question number 1, and that is, what makes this movie such a fan favorite? So tell me in the comments why you guys think everybody loves this movie. My theories are this, and this is why I love this movie. Number 1, you have a lot of great side characters, whether it's Brady, Rachel, Jamie, Meeker, all these new characters that came in, and they're all very likable and relatable and things like that. Number 2, Loomis. Loomis fucking carries this movie for me, especially the first third of the movie. I just think Donald Pleasance is awesome. He's starting to get a little unhinged, not H5 unhinged, but he's unhinged, and it's probably my favorite version of Loomis. He is just not wanting to go through this shit again, but still needing to try to stop Michael. And finally, I think it's such a fan favorite because there's so many other movies in this franchise that are fucking garbage that this movie just stands out. I think it's a big tier below Halloween 2 as far as quality, but it's a big tier above a lot of the other ones. So Halloween 4, it's a fan favorite for a reason, and it's a fun movie to watch, and it's got a lot of great atmosphere, a lot of great kills, etc., etc., etc. Question number 2. Would the bandaged look for Myers have worked the entire movie? In my opinion, the H4 mask is the worst, by far. I know most people say the H5 mask. For me, H4 is the fucking worst. I'm not just talking about the pink one with blonde hair or anything else like that. I think it's the mask the entire movie is fucking garbage. I find it extremely distracting. So the question becomes, would the bandaged look that Myers had for the first part of this movie work? It was really creepy. It had blood on it. It was fucking badass. So everyone's like, oh, he should have just kept the bandaged look the whole movie. I hate to burst your guys' bubble, but it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. We'd be bitching about that now. Oh, H4, he doesn't even have his fucking mask. Because we went to seeing how bad the H4 mask actually looked. And H5 mask actually looked. It wasn't until the later sequels that they started caring about the masks. So we would have been wondering why he didn't have the mask from H1. So I get it. The bandaged look is awesome. And I would love to see a cut of this movie with that look. But I don't think in the long run it would have actually worked. People would have been clamoring for the mask because we went to knowing how shitty what we got was. So it's kind of chicken and egg thing right there. It's kind of a conundrum, but I know it's a question that a lot of people ask. Question number 3: what if the franchise ended here? We get the amazing ending of Jamie stabbing and, at the time, presumably killing her stepmother, and Loomis with the no, and Meeker, the whole thing on the stairs. What if we never got a Halloween movie after that? You could make a case that the franchise had come full circle, right? Because it starts out with Myers in the clown costume stabbing his sister upstairs, and it ends with the evil being passed on to Jamie. It would be fascinating. Obviously, they would have made it like H2O or, Halloween 2018 when it came back. It wouldn't have stopped, right? But what if it did? How crazy would that be? How cool would that be? And then we wouldn't have to worry about Halloween 5 and the retcons and all that bullshit. So I just think it'd be interesting if the franchise ended there. Question number 4. Who the fuck is Hal's boy? Outside of the police station, when Loomis creates a lynch mob, right? We have Earl and company saying, Hal lost his boy here 10 years ago. Who was it? Who is Hal's boy? So it had to either be, Bob, right? You got to think of the males that Michael killed. Bob or someone from Haddonfield Memorial. So it could be Bob. It could be Bud. It could be Jimmy, depending on what cut you're watching. Could be Mr. Garrett, I guess. Who else am I missing as far as men that Michael killed? I don't know. But the question I have for you is, who is Hal's boy? I always just assumed it was Bob. Bob seems like the kind of guy whose dad would be an alcoholic. So that's who I think Hal's boy is. But let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with that. Question number 5, sticking kind of in that scene, do you wish we saw the police station massacre? Me personally, as much as it'd be badass, I'm glad we don't see it because it makes you wonder what the fuck happened here. You know, you can see a guy's arm like cut off halfway through the arm, and all kinds of blood everywhere. And you get the great Loomis line after Meeker asks him or says they wouldn't have given up without a fight. And Loomis says they didn't know what they were fighting, and just all calmly, like, would have been a badass scene. But I think it's cooler to imagine what happened. And we ended up getting a massacre scene a couple sequels later with H6, with the operating room massacre, and then obviously the firefighter stuff in Halloween Kills, and they were both awesome too. But I think this one's cool because you don't see it, so you wonder what the fuck happened. Question 6: did Brady, in your eyes, redeem himself? We obviously know Brady was not thinking with this type of head in this movie. He was going from Rachel, and then bam, he got just blinded by Kelly Meeker's bazambas, right? And so did we for a little tease there. But after that, Brady kind of sacrifices himself to buy time for Rachel and Jamie to escape. Remember, get up there, Rachel! And then, he goes out like a champ versus Myers, and it's a great scene. And I've always liked Brady's character. I think it's real. I think he starts to redeem himself. What makes me stop, though, and say no, he didn't, is the fact that he was going to leave Jamie at the bottom of the stairs. Rachel's like, she's not dead. He's like, you think she stands a chance? So he wanted to leave without Jamie. So it's tough, but it's a great scene, and I'm glad Brady got a little redemption at the very least by sacrificing himself and buying just a little bit of time for Rachel and Jamie to get up to the attic. Question 7: did you like the truck chase toward the end of the movie? We get Myers hanging on the bottom of the truck. How realistic is that? I don't know. It's a Halloween movie. Who gives a shit? But he's hanging on the bottom of the truck, and then he comes up, stabs the guys, and then he's, on top of the truck while Rachel's driving after he rips Earl's throat out. Did you like that scene? I'm so mixed on it because it's kind of an action scene, and it's kind of cool, but we've come a long way in 10 years from The Shape in 78, who's kind of hiding in the shadows. Now we get a shot, above shots, like a crane shot or something, of him like hanging on a truck, and he just kind of looks awkward, and it kind of, as much as I enjoy it, it kind of takes away a little bit of the mystique of Myers. But we're also in a sequel of a slasher franchise, so that's bound to happen. So I want to know, do you guys like that scene, or is it kind of mixed with you as well? Question 8. This is a question I've always wondered since I saw this movie when I was a kid, and that is when Rachel and Jamie get separated when trick-or-treating, right? After Brady and Rachel kind of confront each other outside of Kelly's house. Rachel's walking through an alley looking for Jamie. And, she's like, Jamie, and you see a great shot off in the distance. She's like in an alley. You see all this fog and fences and stuff like that. And you see someone walking towards her. Was that Myers? When I was younger, I always thought it wasn't. I thought she was just seeing something and seeing a person and got scared, right? Upon rewatches, I've kind of leaned towards, I think that might be Myers. And you can't tell, and I love that you don't know, but I want to know your guys' opinion. Was that Myers walking towards Rachel before she climbed the fence and got the fuck out of there? Smart move, by the way. 2 left. Question 9. Was Michael Myers at his smartest in this movie? And what I mean by that is, think about everything he did to the town to prepare for his massacre that night. Number 1, he takes out the power, right? Bucky. Don't try that Halloween shit with me. And then he throws Bucky on there, on the power generator or whatever, and the power for the whole fucking town goes out. He was there for a reason. That wasn't Myers just walking by and seeing Bucky. That was done calculating. That was a calculated move that Myers did, and he did it for a reason. He also took out all the cops. While Loomis and Meeker are over here, and Logan are over here, he takes out the cops. Smart, and then he also bides his time throughout this movie. And you can make an argument he always bides his time in every movie, right? But he waits for Meeker and Loomis to leave, and then he takes out Deputy Logan. He waits for when he's hanging on the bottom of the truck, the cavalry's coming. He waits till they're like a couple miles past them, driving in the other direction before he makes his move on that truck. So you can make an argument that Myers is at his most calculating and most smart in this movie. It's something we may not see again. I don't think. I'd have to think about that. But I want to know, do you guys think this is the smartest Michael has ever approached a Halloween night? And finally, question number 10, and this is a twofold question. It's why the school, and what the fuck was Loomis's plan there? So after Jamie and Rachel escape from the rooftop of Meeker's house, Rachel's kind of out for the count. Myers is walking. Jamie sees him and starts running away, runs into Loomis in the middle of the road. It was like, where's the school? We can't go to your house. It's the first place he'll look. Let's go to the school. Why the school? Obviously, you can't go to the police station because there's nobody there, right? There's not going to be anyone at the school either. It's a fucking abandoned, big-ass building. And you're going to shoot the alarm to get in there so the alarm's going off so Myers knows something is there? What the fuck were you thinking, Loomis? And then Myers can come through any nook and cranny, which he obviously did. And so it's just, I always wondered, why was his plan the school? Cool set piece, maybe? I don't know. But it always kind of bugged me that, Loomis goes through all this and then his plan is, let's go to the school. Why the fucking school, Loomis? That you seem like a sitting duck there. Go to a bar or something. I don't know. At least there's people there, right, to help you. So, yeah, that always bugged me. I always just wondered, why the school? So those are my 10 questions for Halloween 4. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Thanks, as always, for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Halloween 5.